All right, so this is the next day, you guys, and I was right. The market is printing. So let me just show you the actual replies. And we already got two booked calls. Wait, what? Is this Amazon? Indifference isn't a discipline you practice, it's a symptom you produce on command. Okay? So that's why they replied. Now, how to charge both sides. This is what you guys are interested in. So today I'm going to do my favorite thing, which is what you guys like to going into the market live, use Connector systems to find both sides of a market, the people who need the thing and the people who can give them that thing, show you the actual workflow and take you by hand from start to finish. I've been eyeing this market for a while and I think it's gonna print, especially now, because if you guys didn't know, brands essentially are launching products faster than ever. But launching is not really the hard part anymore. Getting attention is. A brand can have the best product in the world, but if nobody sees it, if the ad looks mid, no one is going to pay. So on one side, you got the people who make high-end ads look amazing. And on the other side is a brand that just launched something and needs the world to actually care. So yeah, I'm going to do it live the same way I do it in my $3 million a year Connector business. The whole process is going to be pretty straightforward. You're just gonna need a Claude subscription, an enrichment tool to find and verify contacts, and that's pretty much it. So all in all, you'll be able to follow along. We're just gonna click a couple buttons. So yeah, enough talking, let's get into it. So as you can see, this is my Claude code inside my terminal. I'm on the max plan. You definitely do not need the max plan. I'm just a heavy user because I use it daily. You can pretty much get away with a pro plan. In fact, this is what I would recommend. But we're going to be using Claude Code. And take a sip whenever I say Claude in this video because apparently there's no way around it. But yeah, we're going to be using it. And inside it, you need a skill because you don't want Claude to just act like a random chatbot here. You want it to follow a very specific process, the same way I would do it. But before we actually do all of this, I think it's important to know what a skill really is first. A skill is just a little instruction pack you give Claude so it knows how to do one specific thing properly. Instead of explaining, the same process over and over again, you just put the rules, the examples, the steps inside a skill once. And in our case, it's just going to be like a couple databases that I found that no one knows about. And this is where we're going to, find both sides of the market. And then whenever you use it, Claude, take a sip already, knows the way we want the job done. It's like giving Claude a small brain for one task. So I'm going to give you, the whole process on how to install it in the description. It's pretty simple. TLDR, you're just going to install Claude Code from claude.com/claudecode. Open it, sign in with your Claude account, put the file on your desktop or whatever you want, tell it to install the skill, and that's pretty much it. The reason I'm not going to spend 10 minutes on the setup is because this video is already going to be pretty long and the setup in the description is pretty simple, like a child can understand. So I'd rather spend time on the actual build, which is the actual value, and that's what actually is going to make you money. So all we got to do is we're going to say load/commercial skill and build me. I'm going to start with supply. Build me a list of 200 supply. So 200 supply side. That's it for now. So it's going to load the skill. I'll load the commercial skill to build the supply side list. Run in the proven supply extract and recipe. Now we're discovering. So that's the beautiful part about having a skill is that it already has like the instructions baked in. So you guys as Claude won't be able to guess databases. So all 8 pages came back with real bytes, now extracting the names and domains using the proven selector. 292 distinct, matches the proven count exactly, now pulling the domain alongside each name. And there we go. So 282 out of 292 have domains. Awesome. Done. So we're good. What this is the top 200 of APAs, 292 distinct UK commercial production companies pulled deterministically off the live directory. 8 pages, 292 cards. Coverage, 193 of the 200 carrier domain. The real enrichment, seed. Beautiful. So open the Google Sheets, or actually, let's not do that. Give me a text file with all the 200 supply side companies. So Now we have companies, but we need to enrich them. Gonna show you guys how to enrich. There's a bunch of platforms to do this. In my case, I'm just gonna use my in-house tool, but I'm gonna give you an alternative, okay? Great. Open it. There we go. Awesome. So now we have the list of companies, but I don't like the 1, 2, 3, 4 because I want to copy them. So I'm going to say strip the numbers, strip the company names, keep only the domains. So I'm using Whisper, by the way, which is like a software that allows you to just speak. Great. So we have the domains. So, okay, we have the domains. Where do we go from here? Well, we need an enrichment tool, like I said. So there's, multiple ways to do this. So first we got an email finder. This is a good platform. So if we go to get started, you see this search. Essentially, you just give them a company, right? Like a company name or like a domain, and they essentially enrich for you. Enrichment just means finding emails and verifying them. If you're wondering about the cost, as you can see, I don't have any credits here because I'm going to be using my own. The cost is, let's say you want to go for the monthly. 1K is like $49. 2K is $89, 5K is $149. So I'd recommend you use an email finder because it's one of the best platforms to find emails. In my case, I'm just going to be using my own. And the reason why I built it is because of the cost, right? As you can see, you got like 5K, which is $149. Now, obviously, you're not going to need only 5K. Like to build a real business, you're going to need maybe like 25K to 50K, right? So that's why I built my own because I just wanted to lower the costs for myself and also for people that are inside. I didn't want them to pay like the 149. Even though an email finder is like solid at finding emails, it can get expensive really quickly. But I'm going to click on this decision maker. This is just new, by the way. You just paste in the company domains or the company names and you get emails. Same thing as an email finder, okay? So I'm just going to copy all of this here, paste it, click on find decision makers. And as you can see, awesome. And we're just going to click on reveal emails. It's pretty fast. So 160 out of 193 emails found. So that's beautiful. I think we're getting head to head with an email finder. I think if you use an email finder, you're going to get something similar, which I think is an excellent rate. So yeah, now you guys know why I built my own. Purely so I can lower the cost for people. Because when you want to start like a connector business or a business in general, you still want to have the good tools, but at the same time, you don't want to overspend. So like my whole goal is like to lower costs for people. That way they can actually focus on the highest ROI things in the business, not worry about like, enrichment costs, right? Because I used to, like the email finder bill used to break my heart, you guys, every single month. I used to pay them like 10 grand. So now the only thing we have to do is just wait. And from there, we're just going to download the CSV. And I think we're pretty much done. Let me download. Let's open by going to upload and then just pasting this here. Great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give Claude this list. Okay, so I found the emails. Check them out. So as you can see, the funnel is 193 domains, 139 sendable. So the reason why we don't see 160 is because we verified. So it's not only you just have to like find the email, but you also have to verify it. And some of them dropped off, which is good. This is what you want. This is what you guys want because you always want to send to real people. Another thing that Claude flagged, which is some emails resolve to a different domain than the company, which is pretty normal. People list their personal/parent company address and the enricher found the real working inbox. This is really good. Those are still the right humans. Just don't be surprised the email domain is not the same as the website domain. Yeah, that's pretty normal. But right now, pull the demand side right now and give me the text file so I can enrich and give you back the CSV so we can write copies and then load to instantly. right? So as you guys can see, we built the supply side. We have their emails, which is great. Now we need to build the demand side because it's a double dip. Hit both sides at the same time so you can charge them both for the same introduction, which I think this is like the leverage as a connector. So on it, pulling the demand side now, the proven recipe, which is great. So as you can see, we got the companies right here. Let's check out some of these companies. Why not? So again, it's a brand. This is a men's side, just like I told you, right? So I think these people really need good ads, like better ads, as you guys can see. This is horrendous. Even though it seems like it's a big company. Yeah. They even have like YouTube videos. So with domain, we got 242. Obviously, we can increase the volume, but for this, I don't think we really need to. We can pretty much generate like a handful of these opportunities just from a small list. A lot of people will tell you guys like just send volume, 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 and that's wrong. So Claude launched an agent to classify the demand side, which is great. So we got 1,197 distinct brands, 177 non-advertisers. Great, because we don't want charities, B2B, governments, universities, and 1,000 already carry their domain straight from Anna. So the man enriches the exact same way Supply did. No name domain guessing. The judgment pass is sorting the rest into high, median, low. So the cut is high plus median. Exactly. We only want the right people, which is the reason why I'm telling you guys like a list of like maybe 100 to 200 right people, right? Good enrichment, okay? Is gonna beat like people who say 50,000 emails, like the Legion crowd. Because the reason as a connector you can command high prices is because of the qualification, the filtering, making the right intro when it makes sense, okay? And also as a connector, since you're doing all of this, you can charge both sides. Like a Legion agency, what they do is they trying to hit like a quota. They just send leads. That's the difference. So while this agent is burning through 1,000 companies, as you can see, I thought I'd explain to you guys what we've done right now. So you have kind of like a step-by-step of what I've done. So step one is install Claude Code. Take a sip, right? So install Claude Code, and then you're just gonna load the skill/commercial, and essentially has everything you need, including databases, common gotchas. So when you actually want to scrape a database, sometimes they don't allow you to, but this Claude, right, or this skill already knows like the common gotchas. And then step 3, you tell Claude to build you the supply side as a text file or CSV, right? This is dependent on what kind of enrichment tool you're going to be using. So if you're using an email finder, you can paste in a CSV. In my case, I just pasted the domains. So CSV, the output will be a list of people with their emails, real humans. Make sure every email is verified. By the way, an email finder just verifies the emails automatically for you, which is awesome. Kind of like the same thing as, Purple Magic. And then you do the same thing for the man, same thing that I'm doing right now, or what the agent is doing right now. You write the correct copy, meaning you use the copy brain skill, which I shared with you many times, but I'll also include in the description because I got you, right? From there, this is 5, right? You use your favorite sequencer / cold email software. My recommendation is Instantly. If you're using PlusVibe, it will work too, but Instantly is just my recommendation, right? They have a pretty cool MCP. So you're just going to use your favorite cold email software through their own native MCP. Okay? So if you're wondering how to do it, so just go to Instantly MCP. They have like a huge document here, but you want Model Context Protocol. So all you got to do is just, you see MCP server, so you're just going to copy this entire thing, and then you go to Instantly, and then you go to Settings, Integrations, API keys. You create your own API key and make sure it's all. This is your own API key, okay? So you see this, paste your API key, you're going to paste it there and give it to Claude in the terminal. It's going to get automatically connected. Great. From there, ship. I'm going to talk about the monetization aspect, like how much to charge, the offer, etc. But after we get the sales opportunities, I'm pretty sure we're going to get them in like 24 hours. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I've done, as you guys can see. Let me make sure this is clean. Okay. Now here, I want to add something really cool. Why you need enrichment? Well, because databases don't really expose decision makers and their email. And these platforms, they essentially just, sometimes like they scrape the website to find the emails. Sometimes they use their own native workflow. So yeah, this is the reason why you want to enrich, because you want to get humans, right? Not just their company names or domains. Let's check this out. I've read all 1,120 rows. Now I'll classify each based on what the company actually is and write the output file. As you can see, it's taken a fair bit of time. It's 13 minutes because it's like 1,000 rows. So grab coffee, tea, whatever, and enjoy. And we are done. As you can see, demand side is pulled. Great. So the pipeline from here, you enrich. Great. Thank you. Copy. So how much do I have here? Okay. So total is what? 204 high. So around like what? So what's the total? So 546 total enrichable domains. The file I gave you is just the 204 high ones. Yeah, we're just gonna focus on the high ones. Yeah, that's good judgment from Claude. So I'm just gonna paste this here, same thing, find decision makers. Same thing we've done with supply, you guys. We're doing it for them, right? Pretty straightforward. Amazing. Reveal selected. Let's check out. It's making me hungry. What is this? Is this a pie? So is this like walnuts or what? Okay. I'll skip the salad. Give me like straight to the meat. Straight to the steak. Or any form of protein. Bath and Body Works. So this is like a fragrance thing. Probably get this from my mom. Okay. Interesting. All right. Let's download the CSV. Same thing. We're going to open. Done. Great. Pretty good list. What I'm going to do is go to data, create a filter, and remove the blanks. Yeah. So copy this entire thing. 140, which is great. So from what? So from 204, 140. This is really good. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just going to download CSV. Same thing we've done. Let's ready. What I want you to do right now is load the copy brain, right? The copy brain skill, and then you're gonna write the outreach messages for both sides and create 2 campaigns in my instantly. Okay. And that's pretty much it. So as you can see, skill loaded again. So this is like a winning copy here from the EPA remediation, which produced 8 opportunities and 24K. Both CSVs and the swipe file are in hand. Here's the proven structure mapped to your market. Then I'll create the 2 campaigns. Let me load the instantly campaign creation schema. Schema is basically like a set of tools that these AI models actually use, such as like ChatGPT, which is like a codex, right? And then you got Claude, which is Claude Code. Awesome. So create campaign. I think it's already created. Beautiful. So as you can see, we don't have anything here. Now we do. The leads haven't been added yet. We have the sequences. Yeah. So we just need to add new lines here. Okay. Great. And then add a new line here. New line here. I'm gonna add another new line. Another new line. Make sure to save. So active briefs. That's a really good subject line. Another new line. Another new line. And another new line. And here I'm just gonna say cheers. Another new line. Cheers again. Sweet. I think, yeah, that's it. Let's check the other campaign. Same thing, we're just gonna add a couple new lines. So this is the copy, you guys. I have vetted commercial production houses with open capacity right now. If you've got a launch or a campaign in the pipeline, would love to put one in front of you. And then we add the sent from my iPhone, which is kind of like my little hack. Great. Anything on your roadmap that needs producing right now? Again, cheers. Yeah. For the supply copy, I have brands actively looking for commercial production right now, teams that just launched or are heading into a campaign cycle. Before I route anyone anywhere, wanted to understand any capacity and whether the fit is there. Perfect. Load the leads. And then let's just prepare the actual send-in accounts and also the schedule. So from Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. And then options, I'm just gonna add a couple here, couple inboxes. This one is inactive. So Assad's email is my favorite part. Okay, make sure to send emails as sex only and send first email sex only, save. So that's pretty much it. Demand size, same thing. Monday to Saturday, 7 a.m., 7:30 p.m. And again, and then same thing, save. Leads are getting added. Resume campaign, right? Great. Everything is getting added. And then we click on resume. And that's pretty much it. We're live. The only thing we have to do right now is just wait, not stare at instantly every 2 seconds. Just gonna let these 2 campaigns breathe. And I'm gonna get back to you guys the next day. All right. So this is the next day, you guys. And I was right. The market is printing. So let me just show you the actual replies. All right, this is my instantly, and we already got 2 booked calls. So let me just walk you through the whole thing. So, hey, Jonathan, I have brands actively looking for commercial production right now, teams that just launched or are heading into a campaign cycle. This is the same, campaign that we ran. And look at this. I sent this at 7:13 p.m., just like I said last night, and then 7:30. Oh, so it's 7:35. Fastest traction. Hey, thanks for reaching out. Would be happy to hear more. Let me know when you would be looking to chat and I can make some time in my schedule. So the guy is literally, he's the person who is asking for a call right now. So I replied the next day. I actually saw the message last night, but I was, pretty lazy to reply. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was in bed and then I received the instantly notification on my phone. Highly recommend you guys have the instantly notification in your phone because it just helps you like get back to, leads very, very quickly. I remember when I was like traveling around the world. This is like circa 2023. I was just like moving out and I remember I used to, take calls on the airport and I would like just go for like a private lounge and I would just get there and there's many deals that I closed inside like an airport, by the way. So that, instantly app just allows me to just get back to people right away. I just need internet. So, hey, Jonathan, sounds good. I can walk you through the type of brands we're speaking with, what they're looking for, and then see if there's a fit to route anything your way. Easiest is to grab a time here. This is my calendar. If you want to copy it, be my guest. So intro call 25 minutes for operators with existing flow mandates or timing windows who want to understand whether routed introductions can create leverage. We'll review our markets, current flow, counterparties, and whether there's a real lane worth moving on. Best fits for founders, operators, agencies, recruiters, banks, and B2B teams with active demand or supply already in motion. So this is my calendar, as you can see. My name, email address, company name. What outcome are you trying to create through partnerships or introductions? What would make an introduction relevant for you? Anything I should know before we speak? And this is kind of like this is like filters out the tire kickers. Will you absolutely 100% be able to make your scheduled or selected time? If not, please select a different one or don't really schedule at all. Don't waste my time. Okay? You guys' time is pretty valuable. Don't waste it on people who just, can't even have the discipline to get on the call. So, yes, I promise to show up to my appointment. No, I'm fine with my appointment being canceled. For people that come in and they have like I'm fine with my appointment being canceled. It's very rare, but when I do, just cancel their call. All right. So this is the first one. Let's check out their website. It's form.london. It's a really beautiful website. It's a nice domain. Home to global roster of direct through talent. We are a creative first production studio dedicated to creating lasting content that inspires and entertains. Okay, this is beautiful. Ben Brook. Is this? Okay. Probably shouldn't click there. So this is for a car, Cherry Motors. Oh, UPS, Liverpool. Okay, this is it's pretty intimidating. Latest work. So okay, we got. Is it Audi? Yeah, it's Audi. Yeah. All right, this is amazing. This is really good. What do you guys think? This feels like a movie. Nice transition. Okay, this is totally my vibe. This feels like a Hitman movie. Okay. So you got people like this getting back to you. This is what I'm telling you guys. As a connector, prospects don't really play, the status game. Can I just Google this? So form.london. Okay. Let's check out the next one. Same thing. Again, good to connect with you. Capacity isn't an issue from our side. I'd be keen to hear more and the types of clients you are working with. I can take a call on Thursday if you're free. Yes, I'm actually going to hop on a call with this guy. I'm going to record it using Connector Copilot, which is like a software that I built that just tells you what to say mid-call. live. Microsoft, okay. Okay, so this is like big dick companies, right? Samsung, okay. Wall Street Journal. I'm definitely intimidated. Isabelle Duplessis, okay. Okay. Send without a note. Let's imagine something together. This is a nice website. At Imagine This, we don't just serve up fresh ideas, we serve them with a side of fries. Okay, that's a nice offer. So if we intro them to like a brand, they're gonna get fries, but I do also want to get fries too. Come on. What do you guys think? So same thing. I sent the calendar here. Thursday works. Easiest is to grab whichever time suits you here. All right. And then we got another one, which is a out of office. Wait, what? Is this Amazon? I don't really check this. It's really Amazon. Imagine we intro to Amazon. So we got a reply, an out of office from Amazon. Is this guy? Okay, this guy's a big deal again. He has like a profile on Google Scholar. Yes, by the way, you can still reach out to big companies like Linear, Vercel, Supabase, Amazon. It doesn't really matter, by the way, just a limit and belief. And, think about it. It costs you nothing to reach out, to still lead, right? Whether you reach out to, Joe Schmo, a random company like a small business, or Mr. Baum and Greg, it doesn't really matter. Imagine if they actually get back to us. So I actually sent this email. I didn't really check if it's Amazon. So resurfacing this since you were out of office, we're speaking with teams around commercial production capacity for upcoming campaign cycles. So, think about it. This makes a good match because look at these ads, man. This is beautiful. Look at these videos. Is this Ronaldo? Telling you guys this market print. Yeah, it was Ronaldo. Yes. Yeah, it is Ronaldo. So 100%, like this is also a huge company. Of course, it will make sense to introduce them to Amazon. I'm already seeing like a $30,000 intro here, but this is good. This is great. Less than 24 hours, you guys. Keep that in mind. And it doesn't make me a genius to do this. You guys saw like the whole thing live. It was just me clicking a couple buttons, so you can do it too. So now I want to explain why they replied, okay? We're going to dissect it like a meathead chemist in a lab, okay? Fun fact, when I was a bouncer, I used to be so into like PEDs. I wasn't on PEDs, by the way, just, I got to make this very clear. But I used to, watch a lot of content when it comes to this. I was very interested in like the pharmacology aspect of it. So that's why I'm using this word meathead chemist. And they would call me, and when I was a bouncer in a nightclub, the meathead chemist sod. Okay. Anyways, so why they reply? Well, because our message that we sent, which is this one, I have vetted commercial production houses with open capacity right now, signals possession, not supplication. And this just comes from like a book that I read, which is Cialdini's Authority. It's a really good, author, by the way. And also Munger's Contrast. Munger is basically the greatest investor of all time. His friend is Warren Buffett. Okay, you guys already know this. So if you think about it, almost all outreach is requests. Would you be interested in, right? Would that be helpful? We're trying to be helpful. And that framing just makes you the seller, which triggers the reptilian guard your wallet reflex. So you did the opposite, okay, in this message, which is I have brands, which is a statement of possession. So the person who has the scarce thing is the authority in the exchange, regardless of the title, right? So these are like huge companies, like I said, regardless of the title. So their brain, or in our case, his brain, instantly reclassified you from vendor pitching me to gatekeeper who might grant me access. And notice, his language here. So capacity isn't an issue from our side. I'd be keen to hear more and the type of clients you are working with. So it flipped to match. He's now selling you on his capacity. That role reversal is the tell that the frame landed from just one simple message. Okay? And two, manufactured but real scarcity via routing. So the before I route anyone anywhere is the single strongest line in the message. And it does three things at once. It implies you already have multiple things to route, the abundance. It implies routing is deliberate and limited, which is scarcity. And it implies that he is being evaluated, not sold to, which flips loss aversion in your favor. Now, we might be thinking, Saad, what is loss aversion? Well, I got you. Loss aversion, welcome to Saad's classroom, is when people move faster to avoid losing something than to gain something new. So now the risk in their brain is not going to be like, I will waste money on this guy, right? It's, I will get passed over. And Munger, like I said, the greatest investor of all time, would call this the perfect combo of the contrast bias and the Prival super reaction. Contrast bias is basically when something looks more valuable when it's placed next to a weaker or worse option. And the Prival super reaction, this is a primordial, very old, ancient. This is older than business. It's when people feel something might be taken away or denied to them, and now they need it more, right? So this, combo of all these three things that got triggered in the recipient's brain created this type of replies, which allowed us to schedule calls in like less than 24 hours. So you made the default outcome not getting the fruit, and people hate not getting the fruit. The man, a man will do anything for the woman in the red dress, right? The woman he can't have. So humans will move to avoid loss far harder than the chase again. But if I told you that all of these things are still surface level, the real reason they reply is because they didn't respond to our message. They responded to our indifference to the outcome. So this is like the most important thing in the connection business and any business really, when it comes to money, when it comes to your relationship with money. So that non-attachment isn't really like a vocabulary. It's in the bloodstream of the message. And humans smell it before they read a word. Because, the reader isn't just going to like parse sentences like an AI. The reptilian brain is doing threat/status read in about 40 milliseconds. So it's going to be like, does this person need me or not? Need is low status and not need is high status. There's just a reality, the black pill. So it's simple. The one who can walk away is the one with power, right? So I'm going to give you an analogy, which I really like, the watermelon man. Okay, think about it yourself, the watermelon man selling watermelon in the street, right? So he isn't calm because he's confident. He's calm because he'd be fine if you kept walking. He has fruit. Okay? So the pile isn't there to convince you. The pile is there because he genuinely doesn't care if this particular customer pays. And that is what makes this particular customer stop, right? So my recommendation for you guys, whether this is a message, a call, a contract, anything in your connection business, when you do feel like you need something, your nervous system has concluded one thing. This is the only one, and if I lose it, there's no other. So you want to kill that need. Need is always the belief that there is one source. And the need has made people lose billings. It's in every culture, man. That word need is like poison. You want to take it out of your mouth, okay? Because the man who needs the sale believes it's the last sale. The man who needs her believes she's the only one. But life is not built like that, you guys. There's always more than one door, more than one buyer, more than one supplier, more than one woman, more than, one chance, more than one way the thing can happen. So the problem is your body doesn't believe that until it sees it. That's the issue. That's why as a connector, you create something called leverage. You're reaching both sides, supply and demand of a market. So you're not just trying to make money, you're collecting evidence. Okay? Obviously, money is just like a byproduct. It's going to come in anyway. So you got every new buyer, every new supplier, every new reply, every new route is proof to your nervous system that the word is not empty. It's full of infinite possibilities, just like Neville Goddard says. So it's the evidence that lets your body finally stop believing in scarcity. So indifference is like a one-liner you'd always remember. It's like your mantra. Hell, if you can really tattoo this in your body, do it. Indifference isn't a discipline you practice. It's a symptom you produce on command. Okay? So that's why they replied. Now let's talk about the monetization. Okay? So you got supply, production, houses. So this is your offer on a call, which is going to be around 3 to 6 agreed fit brand briefs to your company over the next 90 days. Brands with a live project and a good budget matched to exactly the work you want. If a brief doesn't match the box we agreed on, I replace it at no cost. And then this is the picturable version because they always, like every prospect needs to imagine themselves or imagine how their life is going to be after they pay you. I put brands with live briefs on Zoom with you. You'll receive a context-rich intro via email for each intro. Demand, this is the brands, around 3 to 6 vetted production companies that fit your brief over the next 90 days, matched to your category, budget, and style. If one doesn't match the box we agreed on, I replace it at no cost. Picturable version, I put production companies that only fit your brief in front of you. Now, in terms of the terms, this is for both sides. What I would recommend, if you're just starting out, $2,750 all the way to $8,500 upfront. If they push back, you can go for like a 50% upfront and 50% after the first intro. The window is 60 to 90 days. The deliverable is 3 to 6 qualified agreed fit introductions. The guarantee is off box intro. You just replace it. Now, how to charge both sides? This is what you guys are interested in, right? This is how we print. Well, in practice, supply replies faster, right? Production companies are always hungry for their next brief, so they raise their hand first. This is structural. So you get them on a 15 to 20-minute call and close the access fee. They pay you to open a 60 to 90-day priority lane that routes 3 to 6 agreed fit brands briefs to them. Now, at this point, one side is already locked and paid. That's your leverage. So when a brand replies, you get on their call already holding something real, which is I've got vetted production house activated in your category right now. So you close the brand on their own access fee. Again, a lane that routes 3 to 6 on brief production companies to them. So both campaigns keep running the whole time, right? Feeding both lanes. So the 60 to 90 days is the window you promise to deliver in, not a send-in schedule. It's a delivery promise. So when a lane 3 to 6 intros are delivered and the window closes, that client is done. Or they renew with you, okay? Transition them to like a retainer. So you got paid by both sides to introduce them to each other. Neither side had to go hunt it. That's the entire product. And that's what makes it so frictionless, okay? So you do the matching so they don't have to. That's pretty much it, okay? So hopefully you guys found value in this one. As you can see, it doesn't make me a genius to do all of this. There was simple tools. The cost was like stupidly low. It's Claude, right? I think it's like $17 a month. Like I said, just go for the pro plan. You only need like the skill and enrichment tool. And think about the ROI, okay? You're not selling something that's fake, right? You're selling a conversation, something that can facilitate thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. This is production, right? You just got to keep in mind, right? This is production. It costs a lot of money to do this. So it's not really like a child's play. It's not like you're selling like AI systems, right? Or like, I don't know, whatever people are trying to sell nowadays. Okay. But anyways, appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to leave you everything in the description. And just like I always say, get out there, take action. I believe in you, and we'll talk soon. Cheers.